Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunburned Albino Plays Slay the Princess. I booted the game up, it immediately took me to this screen. We're continuing right from where we got left off from. You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side. Okay, make me forget. Let's get this ball rolling. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't. Everything goes dark and you die. Oh, chapter 1, the hero and the princess. Damn, dude. I like the whole thing of, like, bring me perspectives. It's like a story-based reason to get all the endings. So we're gonna do all sorts of different combinations and experimentations out here to try and get stuff going. Let's get back at it. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. End of the world, what are you talking about? Okay, so we have forgotten all of the, like, metaphysical stuff, and we're just back to, like, the beginning of the game. Alright, let's turn around and leave. Seriously? You're just gonna turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. Looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. Turn around again and leave again. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. Quietly continue down the path. Like, towards or away? I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Killing is such gauche phrasing and completely ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to slay the princess, because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to her. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go to the cabin, don't I find? Oh yeah, well I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm just gonna keep trekking through the wilderness till I find a way out of this place. There's always a choice. But let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes, glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of the light. In every direction there is a path and a cabin, and not just a cabin, the cabin, an infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility, because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies. Alright, how do we keep going from here? You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. Okay, no. Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. As well as those walls weren't here last time. Oh. You can't just force me to go to the cabin? What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. Well, voice of the contrarian, that's a new one. Oh shit, what do we do here? I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying in the woods forever. Yeah. Oh, that's clever. A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing? No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. All right, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing. Forever. Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything is getting fuzzy. What is that weird feeling? It's like I'm barely even here anymore. Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up? The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Damn, return to your destined path or face the consequences. Okay, we're back to chapter 1. I mean, none of these other explorations are really required. I guess we will... Let's go. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch of Viva la Revolucion. Okay, maybe we'll use this time to, like, not hesitate and kill the first iteration of the princess without getting our ass beat. That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Proceed into the cabin. Alright, entirely bare. We gotta get the blade. So let's take the blade. Rather difficult. Into the basement. Alright, all that. Who's there? Yep, all that. Okay. Part of the manipulation. Let's continue down the stairs. Walk down the stairs. Really a threat to the world. Focus on the task at hand. You here to kill me or something? Steel your nerves and step forward. We're not hesitating. You step forward as you steel your resolve. Oh, no talking then. Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. Let's slay the princess. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart. Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me? It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over? Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick. Of course not. That was too easy. No, of course it is. She's dead. Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Great or good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days, that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry, you'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy. That's bullshit, let me out of here. What's done is done, and there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right? Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here? I do, but you're probably not going to like it. It involves killing ourselves, doesn't it? The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare. Kill us when we be dead. Anything to get out of this hell? Yes. Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate. Fine, whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is just dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you. Chapter 2, The Spectre. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. Path of the cabin is a princess. If you don't need it, it's okay. Alright. But I killed myself. What am I doing here? I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep that way, okay? Voice of the cold.
Well, that's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place. Soon I'll tell you, okay, I guess we'll proceed to the cabin, but I don't know what we're going to do differently the second time around. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, she'll do everything, don't believe a word she says.
She won't be a problem.
Proceed to the cabin. Maybe we should become her thrall this time. Oh, hold on, it's not the, castle this time. Okay, well in that case, I think we should go, if it's gonna be the same thing, then we should definitely, do the same stuff, basically, to, make sure that we don't hesitate, we kill her all 3 times. The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Alright, forget the mirror. We're taking the blade. You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. As I approach the mirror... Nope, we're entering the basement, dude. Forget that. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent.
Nobody's here, naturally.
As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. Well, I guess we'll just have to go down and see. That is indeed somebody who's already dead. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Alright, but if there's an option, we're stabbing the knife into the corpse anyway. We can be tricked. Okay, she's definitely dead.
It's just like I told you.
Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Is that her ghost? She went to frickin' the Nightmare Before Christmas? Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? A ghost!
Oh, wow, how absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, killer. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went. The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again if we wanted to. Wait and see how things play out. I know what... I want to see what she does, but slay the princess! Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. That's what I was hoping to slay the corpse, not the ghost. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid. You're adorable when you're confused.
But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job or what?
If I knew I'd have to talk to you guys. Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. You threatened me actually, last time she... Ah, yeah, I guess she did. Stop playing the victim. Well, yeah, you brought a knife with you. Was I supposed to just welcome you with open arms when you obviously had stabbing on the mind? That knife could have been for anything. Let's leave it at that. Oh, I didn't know that there were more things. God damn it, dude. We're gonna slay the princess harder. You swing at the princess once more, and once more. Your blade cuts through nothing as she disappears. Really? Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close. I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here, together. All I ever wanted to do was leave this place. All I ever wanted to do was find a way back home. Wherever home is. Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
But I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your chest and then...
Yes?
Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened.
And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Did you miss? I'm not afraid of you. Stare at her in silence. Step away. You do your best to pull away, but it's as if her arm, embedded in your body, is rooting you in place.
Leaving so soon?
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. She was probably grasping my heart, right? And I shouldn't have moved.
Yeah.
A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I'm owed, starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me. She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Slay the princess. You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly.
Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember. See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh my god, dude. It's getting spooky.
You're on a path in the woods. Okay, voice of the cheated. Who should this be? A deck stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it. Come on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's gotta be a way out of this. There's gotta be a right answer. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all this was rigged from the start? That's ridiculous. There'd be no point if all this was just some kind of cosmic busywork. I think that's exactly what it is. Powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. But wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring?
Not if they're creative with it.
Okay, so you've already been here, twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't have to start over.
We killed ourselves.
And why, pray tell, did you do that?
Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd have everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy.
Well, were you happy?
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful. It was boring.
Oh, the hero said that last line. It was bullshit. So you killed yourself?
Yes, and then she killed us.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked, so how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seemed to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. And why should we help you? So you can just lock us away forever again? No, I don't think so. Tell you what, I won't do that, I promise. Oh, yeah, sure, that changes everything. I mean, he did promise. And you believed him?
All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Now, wouldn't that be something?
It would. I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Thankfully, you all aren't the ones actually making the decisions, are you? You know what you have to do. You have to slay her. You have to save the world. Nothing matters more than this. Don't play by his rules. Everything here is rigged. Everything here is changing to whatever's convenient for him. Even the woods are changing. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. it'll make your task more difficult, but now it's out. You could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright? Are you the same narrator we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we've been here before. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. That's a hedge, not a wager. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different.
I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us.
They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it. We've killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually we're going to let her out. Might as well do it now. No. What happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's another option. We've already seen that. Proceed to the cabin. There's something else we haven't tried. Turn around and leave. Nope, we've tried that as well. Let's go to the cabin. You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
Sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up? There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all of these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue.
Would you look at that? We won.
Take it however you will. Alright, so once again, we're going to get in there. We're going to... little dialogue as possible. Just going to go right for the throat. Although... you know, I mean, as a ghost, killing her did not work last time. It did almost work, so... we'll see. The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us.
I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Let's pretend there's a mirror at the end of the hallway and that right now we can't see behind it. What's there? What's behind it? Now we're approaching the mirror. You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched.
We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than others.
I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. Wipe the mirror clean. What are the odds she's waiting for us right now? Just out of sight on the other side of that glass. You reach your arm forward into pitch black of the opening. Nothing. Huh. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long frozen moment, and then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vise, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd see what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless, just like you left me. I say we let her do it. It's something different.
Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade?
Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Let's see, what can we do? Struggle, do you need to take my body? We're struggling, dude. You violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle together. You can't shake free from her now.
It's so easy to make you squirm, but I won't be crueler than I have to be. Wouldn't want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
Oh, so she's trying to possess my ass. You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges, her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I and the rest of the world are out of luck too. And whose fault is it that there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us? Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
Get up.
You're awake, eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong.
I said get up.
It's so cramped in here, like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know.
Oh, and what's that?
Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
And how would you do that? You don't have a will to wield. Your soul has been drained of courage.
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
You wouldn't dare. Move, now.
Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good, because I know you feel it too.
Okay, we're throwing our body into the abyss. In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do this!
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body, one foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. It's just a step away.
Even if you throw yourself into the abyss, you still lose.
The Exorcist 3. You throw everything you have against her and manage for one brief moment to overpower the princess's hold on your body, but that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Why do you hate me?
Her thought slips through you unheeded as you fall and fall and fall. Vincent Price on the Thriller record. That kind of laughter. What an end. But at least it's ours.
An empire of frigid nothing.
I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now?
What do you mean, what happens now? You wanted this.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now. Oh, whoops, wrong person.
I don't think you're going to find that out. Oh, and why's that? You should pay better attention to your head. He left, gone. It's just you and you and you and me. Idiot.
He's gone, but... Terminal velocity ceases and you feel a something, a mass, a growth torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What? What's happening to me?
Now you're becoming the thing again. But you don't answer her before she's gone, and you feel a resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? It's gonna be okay, just trust me. You've been here before and you always get scared. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is gonna be the end of everything. It's gonna do something to us. I can feel it.
You don't need to comfort them.
Alright, we probably shouldn't tell them that they're all about to die if I go in there, so I'm just gonna approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. I don't like that silence. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. You're looking a little worse than last time.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, you'll have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experiences stretch to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself.
At the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why? You've been kinder than anyone else I've met. Why? What do you want me to bring you next time? Oh, we have so many. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
So you don't have any preferences on how you like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
There is a hurt that dwells in them, but they are not me. They are thoughts and perspectives. They are feelings that inform my being. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I cannot be as I was before. There are new spaces that I must fill.
Let's say, how many more vessels do I need to bring to you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. I will transcend in due time, and there is no way forward but to contribute to my awakening.
Thank you, or why? Let's say why. Well, why is obvious. She wants you to do shit for her. So I'm just gonna say I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. We're going to keep going until we get as many endings as I possibly can. And I'm not going to look anything up or anything like that. And also, please don't spoil stuff. But, okay. I'll see you guys next time.